Hello, Kirkwood parents, grandparents, family, and friends, and especially to the seniors of the great class of 2020. My name is Dr. Mike Havener, and I am the principal of Kirkwood High School. Welcome to the virtual graduation for the great class of 2020. We are here to celebrate the collaboration of family, teachers, and friends who have helped guide each of you to this uniquely American rite of passage. We are here to celebrate everyone associated with the class of 2020, but mainly the students, seniors, class of 2020. First of all, I want us all to thank and celebrate our teachers and the staff of the Kirkwood School District. The teachers at Kirkwood High School inspire, encourage, and push kids to heights that many never dreamed possible. One of the greatest parts of my job for the past 26 years is to be able to go into each classroom at Kirkwood High School to see these master teachers in action. Our teachers have helped shape the lives of our kids. Thank you to all the teachers in the Kirkwood School District. Second, I want to welcome the parents of our students. I am sure that you remember the first day of kindergarten like it was yesterday. Some of you remember that August day in 2016 when Mr. Townsend and I met and warned you how quickly these 4 years would go. I am sure that you can't believe that you blinked and your kids have completed high school. I am aware that graduation day is a transition in the lives of our students, but it is also a huge transition for our parents. For some of you, this is your first high school graduation. For some of you, it's your last. Your lives are getting ready to change as much as your kids. Parents, this moment is for you as well. I would like all the parents of the class of 2020 to know that we say thank you for the countless hours that you spent to help your kids arrive at this moment in their lives. Parents, congratulations and thank you. Students, turn to your parents now and tell them thank you. Each year, the seniors have the opportunity to try out for an honor of being a graduation speaker and are selected by a panel of KHS staff. Our speakers today will be Naomi Thompson, Emmanuel Morgan, and Thora Pearson. Naomi will begin as the first speaker.
Switching into the Kirkwood School District, I'd argue, was the best decision of my entire life. I feel I've learned just as much from our class of 2020 as I have in the classroom. And with that, I feel it's appropriate to tell a little story of something I learned back in March. Remember, like when we went to school, at school? So long story long, second semester this year, I enrolled in online psychology to meet MISHA requirements in order to continue on the POM team. Make sense? Don't worry, it doesn't need to. I did some research and discovered that the course going into the grade book would actually hurt my GPA. I emailed Mr. Fish begging for him to make it pass-fail, and I ended up talking to Townsend on the phone about it. I was like, T-Dog, come on man, can't you just drop the course? It'll help my GPA, might help me get on the 3% plaque. There was no way to get out of the course. I ended up completing 41 assignments in one day to pass, but before all that, Townsend said something I'll never forget. He said, "You are so much more as a person and as a student than the 3% designation." It's ironic, in attempting to achieve a smart GPA, I had actually been so foolish. I want to emphasize this message today, just in case anyone in the class hasn't heard it. I think it's important that we get a good grasp on how we should measure ourselves as people before we begin the next chapter of our lives. This is in no means to discredit the top 3% or the valedictorians. Those are great feats and they should be celebrated. But class of 2020, if no one has told you yet, I want you to know that you are worth so much more than any of your achievements. More than anything, you are defined by the way you treat the people around you. You are the friendly nods you give others while passing in the hallway. You are all the times you've lent others your laptop charger or sent the link to Anna Capel or Becca Day's Quizlet. You are the t-shirt fundraiser you organized for a classmate battling cancer. You are the loud uproar of cheers for the freshman that couldn't quite get his trunk open on the first day. You are the way you embraced your classmates to sing the alma mater, and you are the way you march for Black lives and for equality in your community. The list goes on. Remember that you are not a statistic. You will always be remembered for the impact of your kind gestures, never the numbers attached to your name. As a class, we've worked together to accomplish so much. We've released albums, had the best Turkey Day hallway year after year, and we even built a bench out of bottle caps. But let us remember that our achievements, while notable, are only a fraction of who we are as people. The pioneer-like characteristics we display, our leadership, our respect, our compassion towards others, have a far greater impact than any medal, rope, ribbon, or plaque ever will. And in the future, when we're all asked where we went to high school, because, unless you plan to avoid all St. Louisans for the rest of your life, you will be asked that question. I hope that you'll be as proud as I am to say that you are a Kirkwood pioneer. Thank you.
This speech has been 4 years in the making. Although I can't begin to describe my time at Kirkwood, the legacies we leave and the paths we forge are truly culminations of the past 4 years we spent together. We'll always hold the memories of stepping out of our cars on the first day of high school, watching the freshmen step out of their cars on our last year of high school, and I'm sure we'll never forget witnessing every Turkey Day win. But let's be honest, this isn't the ending anyone pictured. We've spent our time at Kirkwood racing to a finish line that now seems unimaginable. I know we often like to look back on the adversity we've faced and feel powerless. With 2020 came a global pandemic that has changed life as we know it. A country in a state of constant unrest, and a senior year, nothing like we pictured. We may feel exhausted, confused, and saddened about the things happening right before our eyes. But trust me, I've been there before. 3 weeks into my freshman year, my mother was hit and killed by a distracted driver as she was crossing the street. And while I'd love to tell you that it was easy to pick myself up again and going back to being who I was before, that would be a complete lie. In the years that followed, I attended trials, met with lawyers, and tried to make sense of the bizarre world I found myself in. I was broken, to say the least. However, at Kirkwood, I met teachers, administrators, and friends that were there to help me pick up the pieces. And in return, I became stronger, louder, and more confident than I've ever been. These moments are more than just the tears running down our cheeks. They scar us. They leave a lasting impression, not only showing we've fallen, but we were able to get back up and heal. They serve as reminders of the places we've been and the ways we've grown. I like to say that we are the sum of our scars, that every time we fail or lose, we gain something we never had in return. It's in the moments where we feel broken beyond repair, sad beyond belief, and confused by the things too difficult to comprehend that we truly learn what every fiber of our being is made of. It's in those moments that we become stronger, smarter, and more compassionate than before. It's in those moments that we use our voices to speak out against injustice, fight for ourselves, our friends, and know that their voices and their lives matter just as much as anyone else's. It's in these moments that we use science, work towards cures, and show the world what it truly means to be a pioneer. We were born into a post-9/11 world, and we're leaving high school during 2020, a year that will surely go down in history. But just know the work we do now creates the world to come. Kirkwood, I know this isn't what you pictured. Since the moment we stepped out of our cars freshman year, we carried this idea of what our last moment of high school would look like. But if anything, this moment here means more than anything else ever has. In a world engulfed by utter chaos, the class of 2020 came together, not only showing that we choose to make each other stronger, but we use our voices and our actions to make the world stronger. Kirkwood, I dare you to embrace your broken self, scars and all. I dare you to turn your pain into power, and I dare you to change the world. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Emmanuel Morgan, and I'd like to ask you a simple question. What are you grateful for? Here you are at your high school graduation, the day you've been working so hard to reach, and now I am challenging you to look back over your life. Many studies document the benefits of gratitude on your health and personal life, but before you can experience any of these benefits, you have to know what exactly you are thankful for. One of the reasons I auditioned to give a graduation speech was because I realized that since I've been at Kirkwood High School, I've received so much, and this was my opportunity to say thank you. I would first like to say thank you to the custodians, counselors, principals, and secretaries for making the hard days easier and the last 4 years of high school possible. As I prepared the speech, I thought about the kind smile Mr. Swarbright always gave me every time I needed to pick up a late pass. It was the kind of smile to let you know everything was going to be alright as long as we went directly to class after leaving the principal's office. The next group I'd like to thank are the teachers who taught the class of 2020 the importance of hard work and discipline. An example of such a teacher is Mr. Becker, who amazed me on a daily basis through his amazing teaching styles. Mr. Becker's students left this class with more understanding than the basics of chemistry. We left having seen what it looks like for a person to truly love their career. At this point, I'd like to thank my parents for the sacrifices and investments they have made on my behalf. They have been a part of my support team from the very start, no matter what interest I pursued, and I would have never fully developed a pioneering spirit or become the man I am today if it weren't for them. Saving the best for last, I'd like to thank my fellow peers, the class of 2020. For those of you who are watching the graduation today, you may not have realized, but the students rocking those red and white robes is a class like no other. If you had a chance to look at the school yearbook, you would see students that have amazing talents, interests, and skills. You would see artists like Birs Masayed and Celia Bergman, musical geniuses like Connor Feeler and Caleb Owens, sports stars like Cameron Macon, Martin Strong, and Eileen Finley, and students who inspire, like my friend, Benjamin Voller. So as we continue to celebrate the accomplishment of graduation, let us also take the time to say thank you to the individuals who have impacted our lives for the better. I believe that as we continue to ask ourselves what we are thankful for, we will find ourselves becoming more and more grateful. So on this celebratory day, I say thank you to my fellow peers, the class of 2020, for making the last 4 years forever memorable to me. Thank you.
It is now my privilege to call on the grade level principal, Mr. Jeff Townsend, to introduce Perfect Attendance Award and students with a 4.0 or above GPA. Mr. Jeff Townsend.
I would like to recognize one student who had perfect attendance for her 4 years at Kirkwood High School. Fiona Cherry. Congratulations. It is my pleasure at this time to share with you the wonderful record of academic achievement this class has established. Of course, I cannot read to you the names of all high achievers, but let me read the names of those students who on a weighted honor scale system have achieved magnificently. I will read all the names in ascending numerical order of those earning a 4.0 or better GPA. Sophie Chappell, Connor Keefe, Alexis Chapman, Clark Woodruff, Luke Wolf, Melody Heaps, Casey Stark, Sandra Swat, Amelia Curtis, Jordan Jones, Benjamin Voles, Alexander Wallach, Catherine Reynolds, Victor Ashard, Andrew Herwick, Landon Evans, John Bassam, Allison Ortman, Olivia Greiner, Connor Feeler, Catherine Rudolph, Emma Lingo, Abigail Dickinson, Anna Carmody, Aiden McGee, Spencer Cates, Runa Verbrugge, Catherine Paul, Jack Ullery, Hayden Wilson, Elizabeth Mulligan, Kylie Buning, Katie Hastings, Claire Zickel, Natalie Sweezy, Hadley Wyrick, Carter Phillip, Andrew Klutz, Matthew Wilton, Jack Anderson, Lindsay McCarthy, Madeline Barton, Julia Smotkin, Fiona Cherry, Grace Runge, Eileen Finley, Charlotte Witt, Tatum Shore Fitzgerald, Sophia Harry, Grace Williams, John Skubitz, Gillis Lowry, Samuel Bliss, Hannah Voles, Charlotte Heinrich, Catherine Jazwiakowski, Anna Curtis, Jenna Shuck, Nathan Dimitri, Madison Myers, Natalie Schur, Megan Cleveland, Matthew Connolly, Julia Knoll, Bridget Van Rees, Becca Day, London Billicky, Naomi Thompson, Natalie Bruns, Lindsay Coker, Matthew Steckel, Ethan Peter, Mahir Shah, Elsa Church, Maxwell Mobley, Nick Hepburn. Congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, Mr. Townsend. Congratulations to all those students. At this time, we introduce our top scholastic achievers. They are each truly outstanding. With a GPA of 4.29, the salutatorians for the class of 2020 are Melanie Eichmeyer and Benjamin Wilton. Congratulations, Melanie and Ben. It is now my honor to introduce to you the valedictorian of the KHS class of 2020. With a GPA of 4.31, the valedictorian is Abigail Dowell. Congratulations, Abigail. At this time, I would like to call Mr. Townsend back up to the podium to present the class of 2020 and to give his final class parting comments. Mr. Jeff Townsend.
Thank you, Dr. Havner, and welcome Kirkwood class of 2020 and everyone else who is watching. As if the task of presenting some final words wasn't daunting enough, the COVID virus threw a curveball better than Wainwright to Beltran in Game 7 of the NLCS. Being blunt without being foul, I have extreme distaste for the aforementioned 5-letter virus, and I will not mention it again. Here's wishing and praying for sports, entertainment, large social gatherings, and getting back to life without a mask, and some hint of what we call normal. In the meantime, I realize we must continue on, and I will try to do my best to share a few words. Moving forward at this time is difficult without thinking about what has occurred in the past, so my thoughts and message today will revolve around history. The Social Studies Department is smiling as I speak. Historically, this is the opportunity when I'm to thank all of those people that have invested time into the class of 2020. Parents, guardians, family and friends, teachers, coaches, mentors, and administrators. Myself in the class of 2020, thank you for all you have done. Truly, it takes a village, and ours is pretty good. A shout out and thanks to Mrs. Coronado for serving as a 4-year class sponsor, and Mr. Fish for time spent guiding and making sure that 2020 finished on track. Finally, a special thanks to grade level secretary Mrs. Schwabert, the heart and soul of our class. We can't thank you enough. Congratulations and best wishes in your retirement. Again, moving forward while looking back, here's a quick historical look at 2020. August 12, 2016, Freshman Day. You entered KHS wide-eyed and full of anxiety and excitement. 4 years of achieving academically to the level of National Merit Finalists, Gold K, 4.0s, and being accepted to colleges and universities. Stories written, photos taken, newspapers and yearbooks published, local and national awards won. Fantastic pieces of art and sculptures created and displayed at KHS and other venues. You played music eloquently, grooved to the 80s, and sang songs that delighted crowds. Productions such as Wonderful Town and Blood at the Root amazed audiences, and students designed creative capstone projects in business, engineering, and English courses. You jumped in the pool, kicked, swam, run, shot, hit, threw, caught, and tackled to wins, record books, state titles, and awards. You cheered with Pep Nation, played and sang the alma mater, carried the bell, and built hallways Finding Nemo, Cars, Shrek, and Willy Wonka. Class of 2020, you are my golden ticket. You danced at Friendship and flew to the moon at junior prom. You bonded together and have overcome obstacles and the tragedies of classmates Devin and Jack. We will never forget. You battled for suicide and depression awareness, participated in Special Olympics, led and mentored the Link Crew, NHS, Stuco, and participated in some awesome events and activities. You pulled off an epic safari on opening day of the 1920 school year, and from start to finish, you have excelled at KHS, creating memories that will last a lifetime. Again, back to history. And typically, this is the time for a message, words of wisdom, or something to give you as you move forward beyond KHS. Here's my best try using messages I communicated to you the past 4 years and making them relevant to the future. As freshmen, I challenge you to find a passion and be involved. The next few years will provide you with time to seek new information, discover new places, and become independent thinkers, hopefully while doing what you love, and make the most of it. As sophomores, we spoke about being kind and respecting everyone. I challenge you to learn and listen to others that are different from you, as diversity is what makes our world interesting, and treating people with love and respect is needed more than ever. Junior year, the task was to make a difference by doing the work. You will soon understand that time put in is time rewarded. There is no easy way to success. You have the skills and the knowledge to work hard, show grit and determination. Now just do it. And finally, this year was about attitude. Positive energy outweighs negative energy. Every day and moment in time, you have the choice to be positive and believe in yourself and others to make your world and this world a better place. Leave Kirkwood High School confident in knowing you are prepared and become true pioneers of the future. Kirkwood High School Class of 2020. What you have displayed over the last 4 years and have endured in these last few months has truly left a mark on KHS. Certainly know that among your many awesome accomplishments, you will forever go down as the first class to have a graduation parade, a virtual graduation, and a live commencement ceremony at KHS, all in the same year. KHS 2020, this is our house, and you are historic, and I will never forget you. Good luck, peace, and God bless. President of the School Board, Mr. Chad Kavanaugh. As grade level principal of the class of 2020, I certify that the students before you have met all the requirements of the Board of Education of the Kirkwood School District and of the Department of Secondary Education of the State of Missouri in order that they may receive the diploma of Kirkwood High School for the 2019-2020 school year.
Thank you, Mr. Townsend. On behalf of the Kirkwood Board of Education, I welcome all students, parents, and friends. It is wonderful to have so many people viewing the virtual graduation. As president of the Kirkwood Board of Education, I accept the students before me as having completed the requirements for the Kirkwood High School diploma. And according to the authority given to me under the policies of the Kirkwood Board of Education and the state of Missouri, I will grant the title graduate as each member crosses the stage.
It is now time to begin the presentations of diplomas for the Kirkwood High School Class of 2020.
Victor Jacques Achard. Andrew Paul Ackerman. Kane Christopher Adelman. Abdullahi Abdirahman Ali. John Keating Allen, Ashley M. Allison, Roncail Colado Almira, Jack Busher Anderson, Ethan Ryan Ashworth, Christopher Holden Ave, Grace Elaine Avery, Jacob Robert Bailey, Nicholas Barnett, Madeline Claire Barton, John Ethan Bassam, Rebecca Elizabeth Bauer, Brett Anthony Bowden, Patrick Brennan Becker, Allison Faith Beckner, Jonah Robert Belden, Sophia Rose Bellin, Isabel Maria Bendel, Celia Justine Bergman, Catherine Elizabeth Burt, Aslin Jean Besserud, Arka E. Bhattacharya, Holly Scott Bickle, London M. Billicky, Joshua Caleb Bishop, Christopher William Bleeker, Samuel Carter Bliss, Ryan Theodore Bowermaster, Alexander Ryan Bowles, Luis Daniel Bracco, Madeline Rose Brackney, Elizabeth Ann Brandon, Hallie Jennings Brandt, David Matthew Bragandi, Benjamin Patrick Brehab, Megan Devaney Brennan, Ryan Patrick Bretwish, Annika Lynn Bretsky, Donald Farrell Brown, Zoe Madeline Browning, Natalie Ann Bruns, Justin Andrew Buchanan, Kylie Marie Buning, John William Bouguet, Desiree B. Burnett, Grace Kathleen Burris, Paris Rothesay Butte, Eleanor Catherine Bird, Latanya Renee Caffey, Seamus Tower Campbell, Anna Rose Carmody, Anna Catherine Cartwright, David Antonio Castellija, Trexie Bastida Cepadoza, Alexis Elaine Chapman, McKenna Rose Chappelle, Sophie B. Chappell, Andrew Philip Che, Mia Lynn Chitwood, Elsa Marie Church, Destiny Donay Claiborne, Alexander Bayard Clark, Lucy Lynn Ping Clark, Nicholas William Clark, Megan Ying Cleveland, Alana DeLond Clopton, Andrew Allen Klutz, Kelly Elizabeth Cochran, Matthew David Connolly, Christian Alexander Cook, Mark Lewis Corley, Amelia Marie Coronado, Quentin Kelly Costello, Zyrajoy D. Costas, Fiona Daisy Cherry, Amelia Rose Curtis, Anna Rose Curtis, Alexandra Noel Custer, Mitchell Victor Day, Becca Janine Day, Sophia Marie Daler, Raiden Skylar Decoder, Nathan Dimitri, William J. DeRose, Alexander Lowell DeYoung, Abigail May Dickinson, Jack William Dobbs, Evan James Dobson, Grace Elizabeth Dodd Reesing, Sarah Maureen Doherty, Andrew Monty Dover, Abigail Jessica Dowell, William Singh Dewey, Henry George Ebert, Logan Thomas Eccles, Austin James Eckstein, Kelly Elizabeth Edwards, Eric King Eichmeyer, Melanie Margaret Elizabeth Eichmeyer, John Henry Englemore, Miles Edward Eschman, Landon Edwards Evans, Dejan Quadrille Preston Ewings, Aidan Reed Fales, Grace Meredith Fearhiley, William Charles Furbit, Evan Ferry, Connor Patrick Feeler, Eileen Kearns Finley, Justin Michael Fisher, Lauren Ashley Fisher, Ryan Francis Fortune, Isabel Grace Foster, Lane Thomas Fox, Wolfgang Stewart Frick, Delaney Elizabeth Frost, William James Fuss, Hannah Sengel Gates, Cooper Ezekiel George Lander, Olivia Grace Giardino, Christopher Glenn Gibney, Connor Patrick Gibson, Daniel Joseph Giesler Jr., Michael Thomas Giraffa, Christopher Joseph Geppinger, Kaya Madison Goring, Lily Marie Gessling, Paul Henry Gessling, Allison Aaron Gooden, Benjamin Connor Goretzky, Malcia Taylor Green, Chase Thomas Greenwalt, Keegan Grimm, Olivia Danielle Greiner, Jesse Aiden Gross, Rainey Ann Groos, Elliot Lloyd Gunther, Andres Emiliano Guzman, Jabari Cameron Hamilton Banks, Catherine Elise Hansis, Avery Felice Hardin, Sawyer Taylor Hardy, Sophia Lee Harry, Matthew Dwayne Hartman, Catherine Edith Hastings, Abigail Byrne Hayes, Melody Christine Heaps, Mary Grace Hartline, Gabriel Lee Hefner, Charlotte Francis Heinrich, Paul Andrew Henrich, Nick Edward Hepburn, Yoansi G. Hernandez Avila Osorto, Andrew Davis Herweck, Emma Saranya Hickman, Alexis Madison High, Austin Tyler Hildebrand, Jake Edward Hinrichs, Olivia Michelle Hiscox, Jason William Hoforth, John Christian Hoffmeister, Brooke Lynn Holland, Madeline Kirby Holroyd, Peter Dean William Hooks, Jessica Ann Hopper, Kristen Ann Posto, Ontaria Miche Hudson, Alexander J. Hughes, Clementine Louise Ives, Taylor Elizabeth Jackson, William Michael Jackson, Benjamin R. Jerlecki, Aaliyah Chantel Jones, Christian Michael Jones, Jordan Marie Jones, Joshua David Jost, Catherine Fields Joswakowski, Catherine Lynn Kaiser, Anna Rose Capel, Spencer Terrell Cates, Jack Everett Kathreiner, Grace Elizabeth Faith Keithley, Connor Michael Keefe, Michael Ballantyne Kernan, Edward Timothy Killeen, Bella Shao Kilwin, Peter Vitali King, Sydney Christine Kirsch, Haley Marie Kittner, Grace Elizabeth Cleve, Caden William Klein, Samuel Isaac Klinger, Julia Suzanne Knoll, Olivia Ann Knopfel, Lindsay LeGrand Coker, Sydney Lynn Eugenia Cornick-Fuchs, Emma Marie Crass, Elizabeth Page Kratz, Gretchen Dorothy Kuhn, Aidan McAdams Curris,
Dora Lanius, Joseph Charles Leibel, Ethan Robert Linhart, Jack Henry Linhart Smith, Margaret Suzanne Lesniak, Jack Everard Lester, Tanner Joseph Lean, Christopher Lee Lilly, Emma Ann Lingo, John Charles Loida, Owen Ross Loomis, Johanna Jane Lord Howe, Gillis Elizabeth Lowry, Jairus Isaiah Macklin, Cameron David Macon, Christian Xavier Maldonado, Sydney Malone, Jonathan Gage Mansfield, Olivia Page Marsa, John Foster Marsh, John James Martell, Sarah Marie Mattingly, Abigail Margaret Mall, Elizabeth Ann McCallan, Catherine Harker McCandless, Lindsay Chrisanne McCarthy, Daniel R. McCaslin, Johanna Page McDowell, Mary Claire McDowell, Benjamin William McElwee, Aidan James McGee, Aaron Genevieve McGinty, Donovan Mark McNabb, Heather Opal McNabb, Keelan Wright McFeeters, Madison Talbot Myers, Zachary Miles Millenbrook, Jordan D. Miller, Owen Patrick Milliken, Meredith Kinsley Millstone, Maxwell Wade Mobley, Haley Danielle Moffitt, Henry Robert Monroe, Stuart Christopher Montgomery, Emmanuel Isaiah Morgan, Emma Grace Morehouse, Elizabeth Catherine Mulligan, Riley Ann Mulvaney, Jonathan Robert Monroe, Annabelle Sophia Muraski, Grace O'Keefe Murphy, Margaret O'Keefe Murphy, Ethan Jeffrey Murray, Jonathan Alexander Nance, Jacques Kelly Neal, William Guy Newland, Hebert David Obregon, Joseph Keegan Oligbemi, Mohammed Bashar Omar, Victoria Ono, Maxwell Thomas Opper, Isabella G. Orlando, Allison Reed Ortman, Caleb Hayden Owens, Kelton Flynn Owens, Myson A. Pace, Julia Merrick Pat, Catherine Grace Paul, Maxton Victor Potler, Adriana Grace Peabody, Thora Virginia Pearson, Alice Catherine Pelster, Reese Ann Pennington, Isabel Joan Perkinson, Mark David Perry, Ethan Christopher Peter, Richard Christian Pfeiffer, Carter Griffin Phillip, Megan Emily Phillips, Wizange Pierre, Isaac Richard Plumley, Justin James Poole, John Powell IV, Emma Pratz, Samuel Douglas Priestley, Molly Yang Pro, Samantha Lee Radman, Aaliyah Margaret Ray, Malik R. Ray, Taylor Thomas Ray, Maxwell Landry Reinert, Ella Mary Reising, Anna Marie Retzlaff, Catherine Nicole Reynolds, Avery Elizabeth Rhodes, Matthew James Ribble, Julian James Richardson, Evan William Lavoy Richmond, Samantha Mary Ricks, Ethan Lowell Ripperdan, Kylie A. Rawlings, Benjamin James Roth, Jonah R. Roy, Catherine Elaine Rudolph, Treasure Ruffin, Grace Nicole Runge, India Marie Runnels, Theodore Andrew Rupert, Charles Adair Russell, Lucy Marie Solomon, Nicholas James Santa Cruz, Sophia Suzanne Sarmiento, Natalie Marie Schur, Lydia Hazel Scholberg, Jenna Faith Shuck, Ethan Michael Schwacke, Jernandra Aisha Scott, Mahir Shah, Molly Faye Sheridan, Taylor Ann Shoemaker, Tatum Allison Shore Fitzgerald, Abby Catherine Siegel, Catherine Margaret Simpkins, Melvin Andrew Jamari Simmons, Abigail Kathleen Sitzer, John Patrick Skubitz, Kyra Sloan, Ishan Jawan Smalls, Isaiah Andrew Smart, Anna Smith, Joshua R. Smith, Keaton Aloise Carrie Grace Smith, Kobe Deontay Smith, Julia Alexis Smotkin, Tianye Snyder, Terrell Snyder, Ames Ryan Stark, Casey Evan Stark, Ross Daniel Stauder, Colin Richard Stecker, James R. Steinlage, Claire Noel Stevener, Aaron Morgan Stieglitz, Matthew Riley Steckel, Martin Edward Strong, Sydney Elizabeth Sutter, Sandra Claudia Swat, Natalie Claire Sweezy, Bisma Sayed, Alexander Joseph Talier, Hannah Michelle Taylor, Courtney Adriana Terry, Dion Michael Terry, Sarah Elizabeth Thaman, Scott Logan Thierman, Olivia C. Thompson, Shane Henry Thompson, Naomi Elise Thompson, Emma Thurman, Sophie Jo Wheeler Tipton, Justin Thomas Tobin, Samaya Elise Trewick, William Edward Turner, Jacob Andrew Ulichny, Jack Xavier Ulrey, Mackenzie Ann Van Buren, Bridget Elizabeth Van Rees, Caleb Joseph Velmer, Runa Verbruchje, Spencer David Vincent, James Vo, Benjamin Thomas Voller, Benjamin Christopher Voles, Hannah Celeste Voles, Mary Ann Wacker, Aiden Christopher Walker, Alexander Jerome Wallach, Isaac Walters, Nathan Glenn Warner, Brianna I. Warren, Jawan M. Washington, Micaiah Ariana Washington, Kayla Nicole Watkins, Naisha Allegra Watkins, Robert Lewis Watkins Jr., Evelyn Parker Weinberg, Anna Dale Wells, Hadley Marie Wyrick, Eve Rihanna Wick, Devrin Lamont Williams Jr., Grace Elizabeth Williams, Juan Tranell N. Williams, Jake Wesley Willingham, Hayden Ignatius Wilson, Benjamin Dixon Wilton, Matthew Stephen Wilton, Charlotte Angelina Witt, Luke William Wolf, Noah Edward Wolf, Connor Warren Wood, Clark Richards Woodruff, Destiny Juanita Woods, Brianna May Wright, Emma Margaret Wright, Garrett Wilson Wright, Jenna Mercedes Yim, Chase Austin Young, Daniel Jacob Young, Claire Ann Zickel, Brooke Elizabeth Zimmerman, Easton Tucker Zlatarich, Kayla Ann Zorn,
Congratulations to each member of the class of 2020. It is now my privilege to tell the KHS graduates, you may now move your tassels from the left side to the right side. And welcome to the Kirkwood High School alumni family. Congratulations, class of 2020. My best goes out to each and every one of you, and congratulations. But before we leave, I do want you to stand in your homes right now with your parents, families, and friends. And I would like us to all sing the KHS Alma Mater one last time. You will find the words on the screen. Congratulations. We're so proud of each and every one of you. To the great class of 2020, good luck.